Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, this is TrevisMichelle, host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle. I'm just excited to be here tonight, as I am every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to being here with everyone, sharing, growing, just hanging out, having a good time, chatting about the ugly side of the backstory, where guests come on and have the opportunity to share their stories. Not just, oh, it's great that they're successful, but how did you get there? What kept you being successful? What kept you on that path? What were your challenges along the way? How come you did? Why did you not give up? Huh? I was about to say, how come you didn't? But you know what I'm saying. Why? What kept you going? What kept you motivated? What pushed you? What is your story? And so we discuss all of that on here. I'm TrevisMichelle, international best-selling author of Saving Lives While Fighting for Mine. I share my story in the anthology of going from powerless to powerful during a divorce. But I've kind of shifted. Things changed from last year to this year. And people kept saying, oh, but you're confidence coach. You're building confidence in me. And I'm coaching people. And so I am the confidence coach. And that's right. So I have my signature WALK method, which stands W is willing participant, A is action steps, L, love yourself, and K is kick butt unapologetically. That's right. So I have an online course coming. That's going to be launching for, what is it, for Freedom Friday. So I'm only going to have a certain number of slots available for that. I'm real excited. And going to have a journal where you can actually write down week by week, what you can do to better yourself, to build our confidence. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter who you are, what walk of life. We all need to build that confidence. We all fall down sometimes, and we need to hey, let's revisit this. And this is a tool that you can use for everything in your life. I see we have some people on. I don't see your names. Please comment, join in, have fun. Y'all, if you didn't sign up for StreamYard, you're going to have to put your name in the comments so I can shout you out, because I like doing that. Because you know what? I appreciate you taking the time to come here. But make sure you grab your beverage of choice. I like my bling. I have my lemon water here. You can have your wine or whatever it is. Snatch off those eyelashes, have your bonnet on, have your jammies on. Okay, me and the guests, we're not, because we're going to be looking cute up in here. I'm just saying, all right? But I want you to sit back, enjoy, have a good time. Without further ado, I just want to tell you a little bit about our guest. Her name is TrudyAnn Williams. And you know what? She's the founder and CEO of Destiny Helpers Outreach, Inc., which is an advocate for at-risk youth and families living in shelters. Her passion comes from having grown up in Tivoli Gardens, a community labeled as the mother of all Garrison in Jamaica. On a daily basis, she saw young teenage girls having babies and young teenage boys becoming gang members. It was as if they saw no alternative. But TrudyAnn was determined to change the rhetoric for as many young women, young men, and families as she could. To help, she tutored, facilitated education and community programs, served as a role model for many, and led by example. Having moved to New York, she found many communities suffered the same fate. As such, TrudyAnn has set out on a mission to change lives, one individual, one community at a time. She believes in creating and sustaining model communities that are safe for individuals to live, work, and raise families. She commits to this every day, and y'all, I can tell you she does. TrudyAnn says, the sky is no limit. Be brave, be bold, act outside conventions, and most importantly, express your creativity and be true to who you are. Without further ado, I want to bring our guest on, Miss TrudyAnn. Hi, Queen. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm doing wonderful tonight. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hi, Beverly. Thank you so much for popping in. Queen, I'm just so excited to have you here because who would have known the way our lives merged?
Yes, yes. It's amazing. Every day I look at you. I may not come on every night, but I see the notifications on Clubhouse. I see you posting. I see the improvements in your graphics, everything, your social media, your presence, your website. Ooh, girl, it's popping. So I'm just so happy for that growth because 2 years ago, or just over a year and a half ago, when we reconnected, you were like not even thinking about being a speaker of this magnitude. You were just going about being an RN and just doing your day to day. But we spoke every single day for hours, sometime on end. And, I'm just so proud of you and honored and humbled to be on your show.
Thank you so much, guys. Now, you know what? It is so funny the way we met. So my silent investor, I am a registered nurse, but what I do is I also volunteer with an organization from a friend of ours. And what she does is she gives prom dresses away, right? People donate prom dresses. And so I was there in the room helping the young ladies getting dressed, encouraging them, talking to them, being supportive. And, because that's what I choose to do. I want to help our other young ladies, especially our Black young ladies, right? And our young ladies of color. So Trudy and I guess she was watching me and we started talking and she says, oh, we need to stay connected. I will be honest. I was like, yeah, another person gonna take my number and that's not it. And I'm not gonna hear from them, whatever. But I was polite. My grandma taught me to be polite. Alice Presley taught me to be polite. And during the pandemic last year, I get a phone call and I'm like, who is this? I didn't recognize the number. I do not normally answer numbers I don't know. And when I did, Trudy goes, oh, you may not remember me from a year ago. And I didn't. And she says, I would really want you to speak and pour into these young ladies. And I was like, what? Huh? Well, I told her yes. And guess what? She became my accountability coach and was on me. So the reason that I'm really here, one is God. Okay, it's God. You got to give him his credit. Second, because he sent Trudy into my life. And she says, oh, no, you have a message. You have a story. You have to share it. And I'm like, well, who's going to know me? And she said, you've been on Instagram. Just keep going on Instagram. You have a story. You're going to get there. You're going to speak nationally, locally, globally. And look where we are 20 months later. So I'm just like so excited that you pushed me, because she had to push me, because I was not trying to do it voluntarily. Let's just put it like that. So with that, tell us, like, I know you're from Jamaica.
Yes.
And you've seen the struggles that was going on there. So when you came over here to Brooklyn and you saw it, how did you go about developing Destiny Helpers Outreach? What made you, I know you wanted to help people, but what made you really spearhead it? Because you came over, as an immigrant.
Yes. So, I mean, when I look on the communities in Brooklyn that I lived in, and I'm currently living in the Brownsville community, a great community. Like, there's so many gems here, young people who are full of potential, but they need someone to be a role model. They need someone to help to guide them in the right path. And I was going to church in the heart of Brownsville, and I wanted to do a pageant, a Miss Teen Brownsville pageant, and I was trying to do it through my church, but it
Mhm.
wasn't happening. It wasn't coming to fruition, and it kept, I kept going at it. I never stopped. There was something about just getting this pageant started,
Right,
and
right.
child, I met someone by the name of Johnny Mae Robinson. And I met her through a mutual friend, Roxanne George Bean, who's my mentor. And I was at the pageant giveaway and I met Johnny Mae, and I just started to share my vision about the Miss Teen Brownsville pageant, not knowing that Johnny Mae is from Brownsville. And so she said to me, take my information, call me, let's talk.
Right.
So I called her. I didn't have a flyer. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a company. I didn't have a not for profit, nothing. I just had my name my vision, and that's it. And she turned to me and she said to me, you're going to need an organization because people are not going to necessarily want to give to individuals, but they'll be quicker to support an organization. So I
Right.
said, right, I don't know what to give the name because like I wasn't thinking about nothing like this. So I went and I started to pray and I consulted God and I got the name Destiny Helpers Outreach Inc. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Then I met a lawyer, Charlene Brown, through Ladies of Third Thursday, and she just hooked up the paperwork for me, got me registered with the IRS. All I know, I have a 501c3. So this is happening in April, and the pageant is going to be July. And we got five amazing young ladies. But let me tell you something, the journey was never easy because whilst I had this vision and this purpose that I needed to like act upon, I was going through my own
Yes.
issues. I
Yes.
was facing my own trials. I was facing my own testing. But what I've noticed that in life, you can't allow your personal adversities to stop you from being the best version of yourself or for accomplishing the purpose that you were created for and the things that you needed to get done in that time. Because, child, you know, there's a time and a season for everything. And if the season passes and you don't get the job done, you don't know how long it's going to take before you can do it again. So at the time when Destiny Helpers was founded, I was living in a shelter with my son. My son was 2.5, going to 3 years old at that time in 2019. But God gave me this. He deposited something in me. And no matter where you are, as my mentor would say, your circumstances does not define you. But once you recognize who you are, you will be propelled into greatness. All of us, we are vessels of honor and we carry a powerful gift. And if we tap into that gift, if we're able to look past our own faults and our needs and just tap into that gift that God has given us, then trust me, the sky ain't no limit. You're gonna realize that there's so many lives that you're gonna touch knowingly and unknowingly, you know. And once He gives you a task to
Right.
complete, trust and believe He will make the provisions because that's the type of God He is, you know. Because I don't really have connections here. In my head, I'm saying I don't know nobody. I don't really have any connections. How am I going to do this? This is a new organization, a new idea. I'm in a shelter all the way in the Bronx and I'm serving Brooklyn, the commute. I don't drive. I'm an immigrant, undocumented at that time. There were so many issues that were somewhat barriers, people would say, and you would say, I don't want to be bothered because I have so much going on in my own life. So I don't want to deal with anybody. I can't help anybody. But you know, they say broken crayons, they still color. And they do. And they create beautiful pictures, you know? So I just want to let individuals know and understand that no matter where you are in life, no matter what your obstacles, your adversities, your trials, your victories, your mountaintop experiences, your valley experience, no matter what, if you can not allow that to distract you and focus on what is inside of you and make sure that you work on that and deposit in others, then trust me, you're going to realize that your problems are so minuscule compared to the issues that you are really trying to work on. So that's just you know, a tip of the iceberg as to just what was going on at the initial stages. But as I said, by faith we will. And faith doesn't mean that you sit around and you wait for something to mysteriously appear. You got to put in the work.
Right.
Put in the
Right.
work. You got to make calls. You got to send emails. You got to write letters. You got to. You have to operate as though the thing is tangible, it's real, it's within your reach. And when people see that authenticity within you, they're going to be drawn to it. You don't even have to try to convince anyone, but because of the genuine, they see that genuine light coming through, and they say, you know what? You don't have to say anything more. I'm going to be a part of this. And so the long and short of that story is, in April, I set out to do a pageant, and July it materialized. And it not just materialized, but I got the venue, Brookdale Auditorium, free of cost. Big up. I'm a Jamaican, so y'all will hear the vernacular come every now and again. Big up Sharon Devonish Lead. Like, she just heard my vision one time, and she called me and told me to meet her at Brookdale. I went, I sat with her, I told her exactly what it is, and she said, look no further. You got your venue. Just like that. She,
Wow.
yeah, she supported me throughout the journey. And I want to big up Senator Kevin Parker. Yo, when I tell you, he's about the community and about serious programs that will bring about change. He gave one of my young ladies, the winner, Adia K. Clark, who's now in college in California. He gave
Wow.
her a scholarship. He gave all the participants in the pageant certificates, Rising Star certificates. He connected me with individuals who could donate dresses, shoes, makeup, hairstyle, you name it. The girls got everything free of cost. Everything. They didn't have to put any cost. Hair was done, makeup was done, nails were done, dresses were given, shoes were given,
I'm so
everything.
excited.
They got goodie bags. They got designers, organized unity, big up yourself. Like, they came through with the sportswear. And at the end of the night, because they were so impressed, someone just bought everything from organized unity and donated it to the girls. They
Oh my.
all went away. I'm telling you, Travis. And then to top it off, the night was made so special, and this is the part that really touch lives. This is the part that really connects with individuals when they started to do their talent pieces. Because on a day-to-day basis, we pass so many people, but we don't know what our young people truly possess. They
Right.
are gifted, they are talented,
Right.
they just need love and support and the right instructions. And I'm telling you, the dance that Adia K. Clark did, listen to me, it brought everybody to tears. That girl's body moved. She told a story with her body. The poem that a 14-year-old wrote about what is happening and how people try to silence youth. Listen to me.
Mm.
It was amazing. Then we had Shanice Baptiste Peters. She came in on, what do you call those sticks? Those sticks that they walk on that makes them tall. What do you call that?
I don't know that they
Child,
have in the show. Yeah, I can't think of the
she
name
came
of that.
in and she did a whole soca routine, and she involved the audience, and it was just amazing.
Wow.
And someone turned to me and they said to me, I ain't gonna lie, when you said Miss Teen Brownsville pageant, I did not expect this at all. But I brought a Miss America to Brownsville, because you know how it is. Whatever we do as individuals, we have to operate in excellence.
Right. Right.
Not because you're not, and I tell you this all the time, not because you're not a world renowned speaker. When I met you, you're going to come online and you're going to look any raggedy way. It doesn't work.
Right.
Put your makeup on, you got to get your hair done, you got to get it done, you got to get it right. You don't
I'm
know
telling
who's
you.
watching. You don't know who's watching you.
Let me tell you something. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for popping in. If for those of you who, if you haven't signed up with StreamYard, I want to shout you out. So make sure that you put your name in there. She is not playing games. If you did not hear earlier, yes, this is the person that God sent into my life to tell me I need to share my story. I have my story has to get out there. And no matter what, I'm not going to stop. And then she told me I had to open up LLC. She just said she was on me. I had to be accountable to her for my task every week. And she can tell you, I was like sucking my teeth, rolling my eyes. And it was COVID, so I was at my own house. But I'm just saying, I was like dragging my feet. She was at work and would be saying, okay, you're home. What are you doing? And keeping up with me. And she was also, were you in the shelter at that time still, right? She was still in the shelter. This was last year, right? During COVID. And she's checking on me and pushing me to be a better me. I mean, she's selfless. And so I'm just so excited to have her on here because it's the growth. It's nice when you can coach someone, you can be in their life. We're friends now, but you see that they listen and they put it into action, because we can go do how many online courses, we go to church and yell and scream, lay out at the altar, and we walk out and we're just as miserable as when we walked in. And you walk back the next week with the same thing and you haven't implemented, you haven't executed. And I have my coach on here also with my online course, Angelique. Yay, hi Angelique. And she's another one, like, hey, you got to get this done, do it. Come on, what are we doing here? And she doesn't play games. She doesn't have time to waste. Let's get it done. But that's what we need in our life, people who are accountable. But to see young ladies who look like us, who are doing things, who they don't have to disrespect their bodies or allow somebody else to do that. What they do is say, I have confidence. And I'm the confidence coach, right? So she builds confidence with them. So yes, it ends up with a pageant, but they do a lot of work to get there. There are steps they have to take before they're at. That's just like the creme de la creme when they do their talent. But they have to. I mean, she's having giveaways with food, with games. I mean, everything. She is so busy, but she pours into the community, because you know what? It matters to her. And she saw a need and she was going through it. And that's why, the ugly side of the backside of the story here, it's nice that, oh, yeah, you have the 501c and all of that, but she was going through it at the same time. So she's not just telling you about it. She's helping other women, other young ladies, as she's living in a shelter waiting on her apartment. Okay. She's
And
not in the shelter
that's
anymore.
that's 3 years. That's
Hey,
3 years.
Dr. Ziegler, how are you? She's on here. Look, she's no longer in a shelter. And, but to see with people that have been homeless, and yours was from domestic violence, correct?
No,
Or was it, or okay, well, whatever. I'm sorry.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, whatever circumstances, she's not in a shelter with her child, and she's concerned about other Black young ladies, other folks would say in the hood, in Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville, see them on the news popping, getting shot, craziness all the time. And she goes there and says, you're better than, you deserve, you are worthy. I'm here for you. Because you shared with us when you remember there were some people that said, oh, yes, we want to work with you, but they really didn't, because they didn't want you to shine. I'm sorry about that.
Listen, Travis, in life, you have to know when you have a vision, when you have something powerful, you're always going to face opposition. But I
Right.
tell you, the key is you never stop. If you knock on a door and that door doesn't open, that's okay. You go to another door and you knock on that door and you try. And if that one closes too, you just keep moving on. You
Right.
never stop. You never give up on your dream. Never give up on what is so innate in you. It's natural to me. I feel for these young women.
Right.
You know, at a young age, I myself experienced sexual abuse by someone I trusted, by someone my family trusted, but I say this to say that my experiences, because of my experiences, I don't allow them to put me in a box. But if I see a young lady who's out there, who's at risk of experiencing the same thing, trust and believe. I'm going to put on my superwoman badge, that S on my chest, and I'm going to try to do everything to save her. Because the thing about it is, and I need people to understand this, A bad decision doesn't make them a bad person.
Say that again.
A bad decision does not make them a bad person. They made a bad choice, but that doesn't make the whole person a bad person. What it means is that somebody needs to restore this person in love. You don't know the home that they're coming from. You don't know the circumstances that
Right.
exist in their life. You don't know what they're facing among their peers. You just never know. And it's never okay for us to judge.
Right.
Not because you hear Brownsville or Crown Heights or Bed-Stuy or Flatbush, you're going to automatically think that everybody from the neighborhood is some ratchet person.
Right.
There are business owners in
Hmm.
these projects. There are people who get up as civil servants every single day and they go to work.
Right.
There usually there are more good than bad. But people choose to highlight negative. That's how the news is too.
Right.
They
Right.
run with bad news. They're not quick to share good things. And that is why I tell you, when you have good inside of you, everybody's gonna try to dim your light.
Right.
But you gotta understand that even if they put a lampshade over you, you're still gonna illuminate every dark place.
Exactly.
And that's just who we are. So when I was doing the pageant, I reached out to some people and I sat with someone and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to help you. We're going to allocate some money towards your pageant." And I was like excited because I'm like, "Wow, this is amazing." I left feeling so good. And a day or two after, I tried to follow up, not answering my calls, nothing, nothing. She didn't share it with her young people. Nothing, nothing. My word is my bond. And if I say I'm going to do something, it just has to be done because I cannot let myself down. I cannot let the people who are dependent on me down. And believe it or not, people are watching you.
Right.
People are watching you. And they're looking at how you handle every single situation. So you always have to be humble. You always have to be graceful. When someone turns you down, you just be graceful about it and you say, "Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We're moving on."
Exactly.
And you keep it stepping. What I've been able to accomplish between April 2019 and July 2019, a lot of people have been doing community work and doing all kind of things, and they've never received a citation. I got that.
I know. I was so excited to be acknowledged for the work. And she wasn't doing this work to get the citation. She rolled up her sleeves, I'm telling you. But for people to recognize when, and she has her son tagging along with her everywhere she goes. He's like, you should see his little face sometimes, but he's there. And she's an example for him that you give back, right? You
Yes,
take care of your own, but you also give back. So he's learning
yes.
how to respect women,
And you
how
know
to
what?
how to respect young ladies, and he's learning to respect himself. So
And
it is so good.
you know what? I'm happy that you say that because you see, children, you don't tell them to do things and you don't do it because they're going to say, "Why are you telling me to do this and you're not?"
Right.
And my son is that kind of kid.
He
He'll
is.
be like, "Mom, you're telling me to do this, but you're doing something else. I don't understand that. Why are you doing that and I'm not allowed to do that?" You know, and it's good that I brought him with me along to see and to serve because now that he's back in the school building, I see his teachers right. Omarion is so supportive of all his classmates. He's so helpful. He's so kind. He's so loving. He shares. He has that compassion. He has that empathy, you know. Just last Friday, he was an escort for another young lady. And I didn't get there on time. I sent him ahead of me. And my friend said to me, your son is such a gentleman. He's 6, but he knew that he needed to pull the little girl's chair out, wait for her to sit, and then he takes his seat. I'm like, who taught him that? But it's just being in different circles and being able to serve. And now when we're approaching the holiday season, he gets excited about the toys that we're going to go to the shelter and give to the kids. He gets excited about giving back. He's not even worried about his gifts. It's like he's thinking about the children in the shelter, the children who don't have. Mom, what are we going to get for them? How are we going to get the coats? When are we going to go? Da, 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 da. I'm like, are you my chief operating officer here?
Yes, that's right.
So it's just important that the life that we live is one that our children don't have to go outside to seek a role model or to seek an example, but they can see it in us, right?
Right. I want you to right now, because people need to know how to contact you, how to donate, how to be involved, because this is a very important cause and we need donations. And so just share with us. And I know July 22nd, if I'm not, my birthday is July 24th. So if I'm still in town and I have decided to finally fly, go away, I will definitely be there. But share with us how we can find you on all the social media platforms.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Jamaican Princess underscore truths, and my organization page is at Destiny Helpers. If I type it in the chat here, do they see it or no?
Yes, they should see it because I was trying to do that too.
Yeah, so Instagram, it's
I think I just did Jamaican Princess underscore truths. I
Truths,
did that.
yeah,
I got that one. And what space? What was the other one?
Destiny Helpers Outreach. Yeah. They can reach me there, and my email is there. My phone number is there. You can call us. Find out. We're actually planning on the 24th of this month to serve hot meals on the corner of Eastern Parkway and Utica Avenue to the homeless. And we're trying to get blankets and hand warmers to give to these individuals and little personal hygiene stuff, because believe it or not, when you go in the subway, they're there. They don't have anywhere to go. Sometimes they're outside on Eastern Parkway on the benches, and you're wondering in this cold weather, like, it breaks my
Right.
heart that we don't have a facility where these individuals could go, you know? So
Right.
we want to take hot meals out to them. We want it pre-packaged, and we're gonna just bring it out, the meals. We're gonna get some water. I got donations from Caribbean Cuisine. They're gonna donate 100 cups of soup, corn soup, and Destiny Spencer, her sisterhood.
Oh, yes.
She's gonna donate cases of water. I want to shout out Seeds in the Middle. They're going to be donating fruit, apples for us to give with the meal because we're trying to make it a complete meal, And then Writers for Black Lives and Stacy and Kimmy and Chef Alim and everyone who is coming together.
Chef Alin. Oh my, with the fish. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Look,
So,
my
so they
mom.
are, so
When I
they are
tell
donating
y'all don't
40.
understand. I just
They're
got to
doing
take a second.
40 kids.
My mother, she passed away, but she was a vendor. So she did a lot of African things. She made jewelry and everything. Plus, she had bags, African bags, which I have to start selling because I have them still. And they would be out together at the different festivals, Boys and Girls Club. What is it? Boys and Girls School. Um, They had BAM. There's just a lot. Brooklyn Academy of Music, all over. They would be going and showing their vending, vending their wares. And Chef El Amin, look, when I tell you, it would be such a long line. But because you're a vendor, and of course he knew my mom forever, I was able to go pick up our stuff, not wait online. It would be sitting there ready and go back and eat. So when I tell you good grubbing, y'all, if you're in the New York City area, you need to come. I'm going to talk to you, Trudy, later about how I can also contribute from TrevisMichelle LLC. But let me tell you something. They are going to have some good eats. This is so positive. And you know who it started with? Trudy. It didn't start with, an organization or somebody trying, just her vision. And Dr. Nikki, you know how that is being a visionary. You have a vision and then you execute it. And that's what I love. So I'm going to take this moment and just give a quick commercial break. I am TrevisMichelle, host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle Show. We're here every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your beverage of choice with you. Snatch off those eyelashes, have the bonnets on, sit back, put them chilling to bed, because we're doing real talk. We have guests on who are going to share not only the shiny object, the success, more importantly, their journey, the challenges, and how we can continue, and what is giving them the confidence and a motivation to continue growing, because together we win. When we're separated, we lose. And guess what? There's much more room at the top. I have an online course coming out that's going to be launching on Freedom Friday. And I also have a journal to go with that coming up on Freedom Friday. I'm so excited about it. I will be speaking the 18th through the 21st at Success Women's Conference. I'm one of the speakers there. If you're in Clubhouse, I am going also to be moderating this weekend in some rooms. So you got to come in there, do real talk. I am a member of the Herpreneur Network, visionary of Dr. Nikki Ziegler. And it's a group of Christian businesswomen. We come in, because you know what? When you're in church, it's like, oh, they want to make money seem so bad and you shouldn't have success. No, we're business Christian women. So that means we're part of the kingdom. We should be getting it all. So we go in there together and we share, we support each other. And we meet on Clubhouse every morning from 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to about 9:30. And powerful people come into the room. In addition, I am so excited that I am going to be, I've been chosen to speak December 21st at another program. It's just so much going on. And I didn't plan any of it, didn't see any of it, but I'm walking in my confidence. I'm walking on faith. Because I said, God, you're in charge. It's his business, TrevisMichelle, but I am the CEO. So that I am going to execute what he tells me to execute. So make sure that you follow me also on Instagram at TrevisMichelle, Facebook on TrevisMichelle. I'm working on that LinkedIn thing. Y'all work with me. And over here on, what is it? Oh man, I just had like a brain fart. Yeah, that's what happens with that COVID stuff. You get like a brain fog. I just be honest, tell the truth, shame the devil. On YouTube, please join me. Give me some numbers on my subscription. I just started it, so I really appreciate it. Look, Trudy, I just am so thankful for who you are, for what you do, and you're just always the same. You don't change. You are consistent. And we need consistency in our life. And I do want to shout out to Sabrina. Thank you so much for coming in. Hi. We go back too, because she was part of the crew, right?
Yes.
But the fact that Roxanne, I met Roxanne through you. And she, everybody, look, I had my little IG going on, and everybody came on. Trudy came on my IG channel, and now who knew Late Night with TrevisMichelle, so it's important to have that circle and have the support of people. It may not be family and friends who you think, but we support each other anyway, even if we can't get to everything. But hey, what do you need me to do behind the scenes, or saying a prayer? That helps somebody. You don't always have to be there personally, especially with the COVID out here. But hi, Angela. Oh, Coach Master Angela House is in there. Thank you so much for popping in. And see, that's what I love too. I have my crew from the Herbassadors, from the Herpreneur Network, also from Tilted Crown Squad, Angelique in the house, and other members. So we support each other. And I never would have thought that I would have had Black women that I could call friends that really were supportive, that didn't want something from me, that weren't stabbing me in the back. And here on Travis, Late Night with Travis Michelle, that's what we do. That's what we see. People sharing together. So please let us know about July 9th. You have to let us know about that pageant. Can you give some more information?
All right. So, that's how we got founded. So, it's our big, big event. So, we're hosting our second annual Miss Teen Brownsville pageant on July 9th of 2022. But, girl, the ball starts rolling right now. We are recruiting. So, we're asking individuals just to share or flyer, share it with a young lady that is between the ages of 13 and 19 who resides in Brownsville and East New York, because this year we're going bigger and better. We're improving upon what we had before. So we're looking for facilitators, we're looking for mentors, we're looking for venues, we're looking for volunteers. We need videographers, photographers, we need mentors. We need persons to be chaperones. We're looking to take our girls on a retreat this time. We're looking for businesses who wants the girls to use them as models for their ads. We're looking for designers that are local to New York City, even Brooklyn, for them to have our girls wear their pieces. We have casual wear, sport wear, business attire, and evening or formal wear. We're looking for hairstylists, we're looking for nail technicians, we're looking for makeup artists, we're looking for local artists who can perform, do a serenade for the girls. So there's so many things that makes the pageant a success, and you can find out more information on our website. It's all there. You can connect with us there. It's destinyhelpersoutreach.org. Yeah,
Oh,
so
.org. I'm sorry. I'll
yeah,
change
Destiny,
that.
yeah,
Sorry about
Destiny
that.
Helpers. Let me see if I could write it here. www.destinyhelpers.org.
Sorry. I was saying .com. I apologize. I'll change
No,
it.
yeah, so go there and see how you can be a part of this amazing pageant to change the life of young ladies. We want to teach them about, we want to do sex education. Because Travis, the
Yes.
reason why I started doing this, and this is an alarming statistic, it should raise like sirens. The rate of teenage girls in Brownsville having babies is 32.9%. That
Wow.
equates to one in every three teenage girl is
Wow.
having a baby. And it's the same thing for East New York. And when our young ladies have children at this age, you and I know teenagers are not fully grown. They're kids still.
Right. Right.
It's like a child raising a child. And we know how that goes. We know what can happen. It doesn't always happen, but we know what is potentially gonna happen. So the pageant is specifically geared toward leading to a reduction in the teenage birth rate population among the young girls in Brownsville and East New York. I'm not about putting a plaster on a cut. I'm not about that, because you and I know when we as adults are dealing with issues, if we just put a band-aid over it, we know it festers up and it
Right.
bursts out to a sore. So I'm not
Right.
about that. I'm about implementing preventative measures,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a structure to this program. The pageant is just one night. That's the
Right.
creme de la creme, when all the showcasing and all the beauty aspect of things is done. But we actually want to start meeting with the young ladies from February all the way through to July. And throughout that time, we're going to be doing financial literacy. sex education. We're going to be doing capacity building workshops. We're going to be teaching them about social and dining etiquette. We're going to teach them how to dress themselves and how to act when they go to a business or in a formal setting, what to say, what not to say, how
Right.
to use the utensils that are placed on your table, where to
Come on
place.
now.
We're going to teach them about doing vision boards and the importance of setting goals. We're going to do a mirror me session where the mom and the daughters or the father and the daughters come together and we have a real one-on-one. How do you view me, mom? How do you view me, daughter? How do you view me, dad? Because these are real conversations that need to be had. Because what we have to do is we have to instill in our young men and our young women that they are valuable.
Right. Right.
Where you come from the contents of your character is not defined by where you're from.
Right.
From Tivoli Gardens, the mother of all garrisons. You understand me? A rough place to grow up, a tough place to grow up. But that did not stop me from becoming who I am today. I did not become a statistic. Yes, I had a hell of a mother who pick up her machete if a man thinks he's gonna step to her daughter. We need mothers who are lionesses to their
Yeah.
children. Don't just settle for anything. Don't leave your daughter anywhere and to do any and everything and wear every and anything. Set some standards. Set some standards. It doesn't matter if you got it. Not because your mother did not do it for you means that you're going to do what your mother did for you and it keeps going on generation to generation. No, we need to change the way that our people think, the way our girls view themselves. What is beauty? It's not about your appearance
Right.
because you can be
This
pretty on the
inside.
outside, but dang, you can be so dirty and nasty. You can be wearing the most expensive clothes, and just your aura, your presence when you walk into a room. It's just like you might as well wear some raggedy things, because
Right.
your clothes ain't doing nothing for you.
And that is so important. And I'm glad you went over that again because um, if you welcome back to those of you who are on the replay, make sure that you share this video out. Make sure you take the time to go to www.destinieshelpersoutreach.org and contribute in whether it's sharing digital currency help that we'll take that too. Maybe you have some money that you need to get rid of at the end of the year. They need that also. And you might know someone or want to sponsor a young lady. Uh, However, whatever you can do, you need to hear and see that this is about the work. The pageant is just the culmination. They've earned that. They don't
Yes,
walk in like, hey, I'm going to, be in a pageant. They had to work and get there. But I love the fact that you also include the parents. And a lot of times, look, I'm telling you right now, we work on these children, we work on people, whether it's women or the ladies, and they go back home and you got to start all over the next week because the people at home are just so miserable and hurting. And so they're bleeding all over, the children again. And then you got to pump them back up. So it's so good that you're including the parents because they're a part of it, which means they'll have buy-in. They'll want their child to do better because you care about them as well. And we'll talk off camera about me being in there with the confidence coach because you have to build some confidence. You have even when you feel you can't, even when things are tough, you just have to get through it. And how do you get through it? We all can get through it, but are you
yes,
going to just survive or are you going to thrive?
yes,
And we
yes.
want to thrive.
That's
We don't want
true.
to just survive. And letting go of that victim mentality. You were victimized. A lot of us were victimized, absolutely. But I'm not a victim because when I still say I'm a victim, then that means that you still have power over me. You're being raised in the garrison and then coming to Brownsville and it's similar. You didn't say, oh, okay, that's it. I'm just going to accept my fate. No, you decide, look, I'm a shining star. I'm going to make a difference. So I'm here. There's nothing you can do about it because I'm going to do this thing. And I'm just so happy to partner with you, to call you friend, to have you in my life. And what's good, let me tell y'all something. You know, that's a woman of God. When you see like-minded people, foundation is God. There is
Yeah.
nothing that we cannot do without him. And he will bring those people into our lives to help us. So I'm just really, really so excited about this. So excited, so happy that you came on tonight. I am, I can't believe our hour is about up. Wow, because it was so good. And you just shared in your transparency. I appreciate it. Um, do you have anything besides July 22nd? You said you have the homeless, right? I mean, you're doing the feeding of
Yes,
the
that's
homeless.
for Thanksgiving on November 24th. So if you have hand warmers or any personal hygiene stuff that you can donate to us to give to these homeless people, the blankets, to keep them warm as they're out there, anything, socks, anything that could keep them warm as they're out there in the cold. We appreciate that. We're also doing our toy drive. We give back to the shelter kids every December, and we'll be giving back the week before Christmas, that 5 days before Christmas. We'll just be visiting shelters all over New York City, not just Brooklyn, but we're going to spread our wings and we're going to go out and we're going to be hitting the Bronx, Queens, Lower East Side, Manhattan, all over. We're heading to you, and we're doing everything to collect as much toys as we can. We do have an Amazon list. So if anyone wants to go on our Amazon list, they can go and just shop on our Christmas list, and it will come directly to us.
That's smile.amazon, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Smile.amazon.destiny
And
helpers.
that's right. You know what? When you shop on Amazon Smile, you donate directly. You can choose Destiny Helpers, and we receive proceeds from your purchase. There's no additional money that you're going to pay. It's just like Amazon. You can have the app and it be your Smile, your Amazon Smile app. It's the same Amazon app. It will just operate like you're donating to a charity. And I know everybody uses Amazon. So that's a great way to give back to us, guys.
Absolutely. And you know what? Don't feel that you just have to give, this, when you make this purchase, give to Destiny's. You do the other purchase, then you give back to whoever you were doing. So swap, make it fair so everybody gets a piece. This is something that we want to do, which is give back, because to whom much is given, much is required. Thank you again, TrudyAnn Williams, so much for being here. Destiny Helpers Outreach.org, www.destinyhelpersoutreach.org. I'm pushing you guys over there so that you can see everything that she has. You will be able to see all of the dates. Make sure you also follow her on Instagram at Jamaican Princess _Truths, TRUDZ, so that you can be a part of the solution. Well, guess what, guys? Next Wednesday, I'm excited to share with you that I will have the authors of Radical Woman on my show. Can you believe it? I was the one doing all podcasts, being on Kim Jacobs' show and Dr. Nikki Ziegler's show and Sandy Sanders and all over the place. And now I am honored to have authors from Radical Woman on the TrevisMichelle Late Night with TrevisMichelle show next Wednesday. So please make sure you tune in. Please make sure you come give me some digital currency over there on Instagram. We hit 3,000. I'm so excited. And that was just growing naturally. We got 2,000 of them in 1 year. It's not even quite a year yet, actually. It's December. So I'm excited about that. Thank you so much for being a part of the community, because we're leaders who know what to follow. We're not followers. And thank you for the support and the kind words. And make sure you pass this out. The replay, I love you. Continue to share it. Join, like the page of Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Until then, I will see you next week. Remember, this is TrevisMichelle. I'm too much for some, not enough for others. But guess what? I'm always just right for me. Good night. Hello, Constance. Thank you so much for popping in.